you want to make sure that your passport is not expired. And the general rule is to have at least 6 months of validity on your passport. Not only that, but you also want to make sure, especially if you are a frequent traveler, that you have enough pages to get stamps when you enter a new country. There are some countries that ask for 1 page, some of them 2 pages. So it's something to pay attention to. The second thing that I always check before traveling are entry requirements to the country that you are traveling to. Right now with the pandemic, it's important to understand, what do you need to enter this country? Do you need to be vaccinated? You need to have your vaccine card with you. Do you need to get tested before you travel to this country? What type of test do you need? Does it have to be 24 hours before your flight or 72 hours? Because these things are important. You also want to make sure that you pay attention if there are any other vaccines that are required. For example, if you are traveling to Tanzania from Kenya, some other countries around the world, the yellow fever vaccine is mandatory. So it's not just the COVID-19. Pay attention if there are any other vaccines that are required. Third thing, this is especially for American citizens, and that is to register with STEP. STEP is a Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, and this is a free service that you can enroll with the embassy or the consulate of the country that you are traveling to. This is important for safety reasons, but at the same time, by enrolling the STEP program, and you basically just share with them where you're traveling, how long you are going to be there for, what are some of the activities that you're going to go to, and then by enrolling in the STEP program, you'll start receiving some notifications from the consulate and the embassy to let you know of what's happening around the country you're going to. So if there are, for example, protests, there is a natural disaster, there are some areas that you should avoid, you will be receiving notifications throughout your trip in that country. The fourth thing is payment methods. So before you travel to a new country, I always like to make sure that I talk to my bank and let them know that I'm going to be traveling. This way I can use my credit cards and my debit card without any problem. If there is a PIN number that's necessary to use your debit or your credit card, make sure that you have that information with you. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that you have some cash with you, because sometimes there are just no guarantees that your cards are going to be working. And it's really important to have some cash with you. This way, when you land, you can go and exchange that money and you have some money with you if anything goes wrong. And then finally, I like to check and have a data plan. The last thing that you want is to land in a new country where you probably don't know anybody and you don't have access to the internet. Probably there's not a Wi-Fi at the airport and there's really no way for you to communicate. Sure, you can get a SIM card, but it's good to have a plan before you travel and know what you're going to be doing. If you're gonna be using a SIM card or buying a SIM card at the airport, you want to make sure that your phone can take that SIM card, because sometimes there are problems with phones being locked or unlocked. You can't use a foreign SIM card. To avoid all of this hassle, what I personally like to do is to use eSIM technology. It's very simple. You don't even need a physical SIM card. All you have to do is to download an application. The one that I use is Airalo. And when you go to Airalo, you can search for the country that you're traveling to see if it's listed there. And then you just pay for an eSIM card, an electronic SIM card that you can activate right when you land. The only catch is that you're not going to be able to make phone calls via cell towers, but you will have access to data and to the internet, and you can use some of the applications like WhatsApp for free messaging over internet, which is really helpful. This way you can communicate with, let's say, the person meeting you at the airport, your driver, and you are staying connected. So these were 5 things that I always like to check and that you should check before traveling internationally. If you guys found this to be helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. My name's Habiba. This is Trekking Pals, and don't forget to let me know in the comments what are some of the things that you absolutely like to do before traveling internationally. Would love to hear from you.